Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association has entreated its members to respond positively to the changing trends and adjust prices to reflect the exchange regime. According to the union, efforts by the government and the Bank of Ghana to bring down inflation and exchange rates are commendable, hence the call on its members to adjust prices. President of GUTA, Joseph Obing, spoke earlier on Business Live.
We are saying that we should take advantage of the reduction of the exchange rate, the downward trend of the exchange rate, to make sure that inflation comes down drastically. And that's why we are calling on government to make everything possible to sustain the gains that we are having. If we want inflation to come down further down. And then also we are saying that the customs valuation rate should also reflect the current trend of the exchange rate. Then also, we are calling on the Bank of Ghana to reduce drastically the monetary policy rate. We are not in price control regime, and that we cannot enforce any prices on anybody. We are just guiding our members to reflect their pricing with the downtrend of the dollar, downward trend of the dollar. That's exactly what we have done. Then the rest is subjective. And especially when the retailers, they are the worst affected because the importers can easily adjust their prices when the exchange rate goes down. But the retailers cannot because they buy from the importers, and when the exchange rate goes down, they have nothing to do with the exchange rate unless they have been able to sell their own stock before they can replenish with the new ones that they can reduce their prices. And that's where the challenge has always been. And they are in the majority. And so essentially all that we are saying is that we want every means that will bring inflation down, that will bring the monetary policy rate down, that we are able to sustain the gains that we are having in the stability of the city. We have to do that.
Lots of Ghanaians are calling for a decline in the prices of foodstuffs on the market. This comes after inflation experienced a sharp fall from 50.3% to 45%. To these Ghanaians, the traders should pay heed to the directive of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. Some workers who spoke to Joy Business say, though inflation has been reduced, yet prices on the market and on other stuffs still remain the same.
If it were at 53.4, and now it is at 45%. All that we are saying is that the current price level had gone up by 45%, and so it's still high. Is it going to help us? Yes, it's helping those in the very quick business, making those short, quick profits. But when it comes to cost of living, then it is very bad for us. And so it's seriously not helping income levels. The current income level we have with the rising price levels, what it simply means is that we are getting less than before. And so it is just very bad.
Even though the inflation has dropped, I can bet you if you go to the markets, prices will still be high. Why? Probably because there's no price control system in place. If you ask them, they will still talk about transportation fares. And so we are praying that within the nearest possible time, prices will be reduced, fares will be reduced, so that Ghanaians will benefit from the fall in inflation.
The inflation is now at a double digit, which is 45 now. Now, fuel too has dropped, but when you look at we, the citizenry, and also from our output in terms of production, in fact, our sales has not actually increased. And then revenue too has not increased, because when you go into an average bar, a restaurant, from my alcoholic beverage point of view, you could see that it has actually dropped, because the price at which distributors and other shareholders sell their products, because they've increased prices, they bought it at a price when the inflation was high. And now when you go to them that inflation has dropped and fuel has dropped, they will tell you the moment they bring the price down, they are going to run at a loss. So all of them, through the supply chain, you could see that the price is still very high and consumers are not making any profit out of it.
I would say that it is good that it's dropped down, but let us see how it will reflect in our pockets. As for the figures, they are okay, but it depends on the ground, the reality. Somebody might not understand, so he will still sell at the old price, but someone who understands it will drop the price.